The average person has over 600 contacts on their phone. A romance scammer only needs one of them, maybe your mother's number, to gain complete psychological control over you and your bank account. Here's how they get it and how you stop them. So you meet someone online. They're charming, sweet, say all the right things, basically the rom-com you've been waiting for. But then, out of nowhere, they start dropping names from your actual contact list. Your mom, your college roommate, even pizza guy that you saved 3 years ago. At that point, you're not in a rom-com, you're in a horror movie. Yep. Welcome to the romance scam that starts with your phone's contact list. This is one of the creepiest scams out there, and today, I'm going to walk you through how it works, the real cases in the US where it's happened, and, most importantly, how not to become the next Netflix documentary. Stick around. We're about to break down the human side of this scam. But what about the technology? At Tileris, our AI agents are designed to detect the very malware these scammers use to steal your data before it's too late. If you're interested in that level of protection for your organization, you can learn more at Tileris.com. Now, let's look at how these scammers break hearts and bank accounts. Romance scams are the Hallmark Channel gone wrong. Someone creates a fake identity, reels you in with sweet talk, then convinces you to send them money. According to the FTC, Americans lost $1.3 billion to romance scams in 2022 alone. The median individual loss? About $4,400. And that's just the reported cases. Because let's be honest, who wants to admit they got catfished by user_many string of numbers from Instagram? The FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3, says romance scams are one of the most financially devastating online crimes in the US. Victims are often told stories like, "I can't access my bank account," or "I need money to fly and see you." Spoiler, they never get on that plane. Here's where things get freaky. Regular romance scams are bad enough, but some scammers have leveled up. They don't just manipulate you, they raid your phone's contact list and weaponize it. How? By tricking you into downloading malware, clicking a shady link, or giving app permissions you didn't think twice about. Because admit it, you've hit allow faster than you hit snooze on Monday morning. These malicious apps, often disguised as games, photo editors, or ironically dating services, request access to your contacts, photos, and messages. Most of us just tap accept without reading the fine print. Once they're in, they gain access to a treasure trove of your most private data. This isn't just about stealing your money. They steal your identity and use it against you. They can steal your contacts. This is their primary objective. They get names, numbers, and sometimes even addresses and emails. They also pretend to be your contacts. They can use this information to send messages from your friends to you, or from you to your friends. Or worse, message your family and friends using your info. They can send a text from your number. "Hi, this is your daughter's boyfriend. She's in trouble. Send money cue, instant panic." Let's break down the technical side of how this happens, with examples that have been reported in the US. They use fake romance apps. Security researchers have uncovered malicious Android dating apps laced with spyware. A notable one, known as Vajra Spy, was documented to steal contacts, call logs, and messages. Victims in the US were tricked into downloading these apps, believing they were legitimate alternatives to popular dating platforms like Tinder. Once installed, the malware runs in the background, quietly siphoning your data. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, and other federal agencies have issued warnings about these types of Trojanized apps. Another one is phishing links. This is the classic, but still highly effective method. You're in a new romance, and your online partner sends you a link. "Click this cute selfie of me," or "This is a video of my dog, you have to see it." You click, thinking nothing of it. That link can install a variety of malware that, once it's on your phone, grants the scammer access to your contacts, photo library, and more. This is a common tactic in a larger class of scams known as pig butchering. We'll get into that in a bit, which the FBI's IC3 has reported on extensively. And then you have social engineering. Some scammers are less technical and more manipulative. They might just ask you directly, "Hey babe, add me to your contacts so I know you care." This sounds harmless, but for some messaging apps and social media platforms, adding a contact can trigger an automatic sync of your entire address book. You're essentially handing them the keys to your social circle. The FTC has received reports of scammers using technology to literally copy contact lists. This can be done through tools that exploit vulnerabilities in Bluetooth or AirDrop in crowded public places. A fraudster might sit near you at a coffee shop or on a bus and, without you knowing, access and copy your contact list. It's a testament to how far these criminals will go. Let's get real. These scams aren't just theory. Americans are living this nightmare. The verifiable cases are often found in government reports, victim forums, and news coverage of police investigations. A woman named Charmaine, name changed for privacy, was approached by a scammer on a dating app. The scammer quickly moved the conversation to a different platform and, through a clever social engineering tactic, gained access to her iPhone. She discovered too late that they had cloned her contacts through a vulnerability. Suddenly, they were using her own family's names against her, demanding money or threatening to send compromising information to her friends and relatives. It was an ongoing psychological warfare. The scammers leveraged her own personal connections to keep the pressure on. In another case, a victim connected with a scammer who posed as a woman and, after building a rapport, sent them a link to a fake photo-sharing app. The Trojan app not only stole their contacts and call logs, but it also had a screen recording feature. The scammer then threatened to send compromising videos, which were actually just recordings of their benign video chats, to their entire contact list unless they paid a hefty sum. The butchering epidemic. Honestly, this is a bigger, more complex scam that often starts with a compromised contact list. The FBI's IC3 reports have documented numerous cases of pig butchering, where scammers use a meticulously crafted online persona, often someone who appears successful and wealthy, particularly in the cryptocurrency space. They might get your number from a hacked friends list. The scammer builds a long-term emotional relationship, fattening up the pig with affection and promises of a shared life. They then introduce a fake investment platform, convincing the victim to invest money. Once the victim has invested a significant amount, the scammer disappears. The contact list element makes this even more serious, as the scammer might use the contact list to find other victims or to threaten the primary victim, saying they will expose their embarrassing financial loss to their friends and family. Humiliation, blackmail, and social destruction. The scams are designed to make you feel isolated and ashamed, which makes it less likely you will report the crime to law enforcement. So, why do scammers go to all this trouble to get your contacts? Because they know two things. One, if they have your mom's number, your boss's email, or your church group chat, they own you emotionally. The fear of exposure is a powerful, paralyzing tool. The threat of having your private conversations or a catfish story shared with your professional and social circles can force people to pay up, even if they know it's a scam. They are essentially held hostage by their own social network. 2. If a scammer texts your friend pretending to be you, your friend is more likely to believe it and respond. This is why scammers love hijacking phones. They don't just scam you, they can spread like a virus through your social circle, using your trusted identity to prey on your friends and family. This viral nature makes this scam particularly dangerous and far-reaching. When your contacts get involved, it feels less like a scam and more like a personal crisis. The victim's brain goes into panic mode thinking, if I don't pay, my family will think less of me for falling for this. My friends will find out I've been scammed and laugh at me. My private life will be exposed and I'll be humiliated at work. This emotional overload makes people pay up faster than you can say block and report. They're not just paying to get their money back. They're paying to protect their reputation and their social standing. It's not just theft, it's blackmail with a broken heart on top. Okay, so how do you spot these scams before they hijack your contacts? Here are the red flags. They say, I love you faster than Amazon Prime delivery. This is known as love bombing, and it's a classic sign of manipulation. They insist you move from a dating app to a less regulated platform like WhatsApp or Telegram immediately. This is so they can get you off platforms with built-in scam reporting and use more aggressive tactics. They accidentally send you a link to a file or a picture. This is the digital equivalent of a stranger in a dark alley offering you free candy. Just don't go there. They call you babe, but don't know your actual name. Scammers often use generic pet names because they're talking to dozens of people at once. Pay attention to those details. They ask for permissions like access contacts. Bro, you don't need my plumber's number to love me. Alright, here's how to fight back, with some actionable advice you can put to use right now. Check your app permissions. On your iPhone or Android, go to Settings Privacy Contacts. Scroll through the list. If Candy Crush or a random notepad app has access to your contacts, we've got a problem. Revoke that permission immediately. The same goes for your photo library, microphone, and camera. Stay on official platforms and don't download hotloveapp_v2.apk from a sketchy website. Use Google Play or the Apple App Store, which have security protocols to vet apps. The chances of downloading a malicious app from an official store are significantly lower. Verify weird messages. If your mom suddenly texts, "Send money, babe," from an unusual number, maybe call her. Use a number you already have saved, not the one that sent the suspicious message. A simple phone call can prevent a huge financial loss and a world of pain. Antivirus apps, VPNs, and spam blockers like RoboKiller can flag shady activity and block known scam numbers. While they aren't a foolproof solution, they add an extra layer of defense. And please slow down. The scammer's best friend is urgency. If someone online is rushing you emotionally or financially, that's your cue to pump the brakes. A genuine relationship builds over time. A real financial opportunity allows you to do your own research. Take your time, ask questions, and don't let anyone pressure you into a decision. This isn't limited to one scam. It's where technology, emotion, and trust collide in today's world. Scammers know many Americans feel lonely, especially after the pandemic, and they exploit that loneliness, using your own contacts as leverage. The scam goes beyond money. It's social and psychological, and it doesn't stop with you. When they steal your contacts, they're not just targeting a single person, they're infiltrating your community. Friends, family, colleagues, anyone connected to you becomes vulnerable, with your own trust turned into their weapon. So, what do? Audit your apps. Right now. Go check those permissions. Send them this video to a family member or friend if you don't feel like explaining. A simple heads up can save someone from a world of trouble. And if you ever meet someone online who says, "I love you, but I need your contact list permissions," run. That's not love. That's malware with a pet name. If you want real protection, reach out to cybersecurity experts like Tileris. We've got AI agents that can catch suspicious app behavior before it ruins your group chat forever. Stay safe, stay skeptical, and maybe, just maybe, touch some grass instead of swiping all day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your most gullible friend. We all have one. Until next time, keep your heart and your contacts safe.